Do you feel like Spanish is too hard or that you're not making progress? Let's change that. I'm going to teach you how to master Spanish in the clearest way possible. Do this with Spanish Whiteboard. We'll follow this method. First, we'll explain the 10 mistakes. Then we'll do an exercise to see if we've understood everything. That's what we're going to work on today. By the end of this video, you'll be able to have a complete conversation in a Spanish clothing store, from finding your size to paying and asking for a receipt. Let's get started.
You've been studying Spanish for months. You know your verbs, you know your adjectives, you've done the whole beginner's course. And then you land in Madrid. And on the very first day, you say something that makes the waiter look at you with the most confused face you've ever seen in your life. Today, we're fixing that. The 10 most common Spanish mistakes that Americans make in Spain, where they come from, why they happen, and exactly how to fix them. Right now, on the whiteboard.
Mistake 1. Pronunciation. In Spanish, the letter Z and the letter C before E or I always sound like the TH in think, never like an S. Barcelona is Barcelona. Granada is Grazada. Plaza is plaza. Cerveza is cerveza. It feels strange at first, but once you hear it, you can never unhear it. And once you say it, every Spaniard will immediately know you've made the effort to learn their Spanish. Practica ahora. Repite en voz alta. Cerveza, Granada, plaza, ciudad. Di cada una 3 veces. Ese es el acento castellano. Mistake 2. Incorrect vocabulary. False friends. The most dangerous words in a foreign language. They look like English, they sound like English, but they mean something completely different. Embarazada means pregnant, not embarrassed. If you spill something and say, estoy muy embarazada, a Spaniard will immediately ask you how many months along you are. The correct word is avergonzado for a man, avergonzada for a woman, or even simpler, me da vergüenza, which literally means it gives me shame, and is what Spanish people actually say. Mistake 3. Formal, informal style. In English, you only have you. In Spanish, there's tú and usted, and choosing the wrong one sends a very strong social signal. In Spain, unlike in many Latin American countries, usted is used very sparingly. You use it with elderly people, in very formal professional situations, or sometimes with police officers. With everyone else, the shop assistant, the waiter, someone on the street, you use tú. Using usted with a 25-year-old is like calling a friend sir in English. It's not wrong, but it's odd, and they will definitely correct you. Mistake 4. Everyday vocabulary. Spanish coffee culture is one of the first things that will surprise you when you arrive in Spain. There is no drip coffee. There is no large black coffee. There is no venti whatever. There are 3 main options, and you need to know them. Café solo, a short, strong espresso. Cortado, an espresso with a small splash of milk. Café con leche, half strong coffee, half hot milk. That's it. Those are your options. And they're all better than anything you'll get in a chain coffee shop. Mistake 5. Schedules. Spanish time is not American time. This is one of the most disorienting things for any American arriving in Spain for the first time. In the US, you have lunch at noon and dinner at 6. In Spain, lunch is at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and dinner doesn't start before 9 at night. 9! In the evening, on a weekday. And on weekends, people eat at 10 or even 11. Restaurants often don't open for dinner until 8:30 or 9. If you arrive at 6, you'll find an empty restaurant, confused staff, and maybe a sign saying, abrimos a las 21. Mistake 6. Colloquial expressions. VENGA is the Swiss Army knife of Spanish slang in Spain. It does everything. And if you don't use it, you will immediately sound like you learned Spanish from a textbook. ¿Nos vamos? Venga, let's go. ¿Te parece bien a las 8? Venga, perfect. Goodbye on the phone. Venga, hasta luego. Encouragement? Venga, tú puedes. Start using venga. Use it everywhere. It's the single word that will make you sound most naturally Spanish most quickly. Mistake 7. Gestures and social interaction. In the US, you shake hands. In Spain, you kiss. 2 cheek kisses. Always right cheek first, then left. This applies between women, between a man and a woman, and sometimes even between men who are close friends, depending on the region. This isn't romantic. It's just the Spanish way of saying hello. If you extend your hand to a Spanish friend, they'll shake it, but they'll think you're being oddly formal or American. The rule? If you're meeting someone in a social setting in Spain, not a business meeting, go for the 2 kisses. Right cheek first. Don't overthink it. Mistake 8. Ask for the check.
Asking for the bill in Spain is simple, but you need the right words. In English, you might write in the air or say, check please. In Spain, you call the waiter's attention, oye or perdona, and then say, ¿Me traes la cuenta? Can you bring me the bill? ¿Nos pones la cuenta? Can you get us the bill? More casual, very Spanish. La cuenta, por favor. The bill, please. Simple and direct. All 3 work. The most natural and colloquial one, the one that will make you sound most Spanish, is nos pones la cuenta. Notice poner again.
Mistake 9. Tips. Tipping culture in Spain is completely different from the US. In the US, not tipping is almost an insult. In Spain, not tipping is completely normal. The most common thing to do in Spain is to round up. If your bill is 18 euros, you leave 20. If it's 32, you leave 35. If the service was excellent, €1 or 2 extra. A 20% tip will make the waiter's day and genuinely surprise them. Why? Because in Spain, waiters are paid a full salary. The tipping system doesn't exist the same way. This is very important to understand. Not as a reason to leave nothing, but to understand the culture you're in. Mistake 10. The awkward silence.
This is the most important error of all 10. And it's not a language error, it's a confidence error. Spanish people love when foreigners try to speak Spanish, even badly, even with a terrible accent, even making every single mistake on this list. The attempt is what matters. You don't need to apologize for trying. You don't need to preface every sentence with, sorry, my Spanish is really bad. Just speak. Use what you have. Say, es que estoy aprendiendo if you get stuck, and keep going. The person in front of you is rooting for you. Spain is one of the friendliest countries in the world for language learners. Trust the process, trust yourself, and trust what you've learned, because you've come further than you think.
10 questions, 1 for each error. Say your answer before you look. How many would you have made before watching this video? Sentence 1. How do you pronounce Barcelona in Spanish? A. Barcelona. B. Barcelona. C. Barcelona. Correct answer. C. Sentence 2. ¿Qué significa estoy muy embarazada en español? Correct answer. I'm very pregnant. Sentence 3. You walk into a store in Madrid and see a 25-year-old sales clerk. How do you address her? Correct answer. Tú. Sentence 4.
It's 6:30 p.m. and you're hungry. You arrive at a restaurant in Madrid. What happens? Correct answer? El restaurante no ha abierto todavía para la cena.
Sentence 5. What's the most casual and Spanish way to ask for the check? A. ¿El bill, por favor? B. ¿Nos pones la cuenta? C. Check, please. Correct answer? B. ¿Nos pones la cuenta? Sentence 6. Carlos asks you, shall we go? What would you naturally say in Spain? Correct answer? Venga. Sentence 7. You meet one of Carlos's friends at a party. How do you greet her? Correct answer? Un beso en la mejilla derecha primero, luego izquierda.
Sentence 8. What kind of coffee should you order at a Spanish café so people don't look at you funny? A. Un café americano. B. Un café con leche. C. Un frappuccino. Correct answer? B. Un café con leche. Sentence 9. Dinner costs 23 euros. How much do you tip in Spain? Correct answer? Redondeas o dejas 2 euros. Sentence 10. Before speaking Spanish with a Spanish speaker, what should you do? A. Disculparte extensamente por tu nivel. B. Simplemente hablar, sin disculpas. C. Hablar en inglés para no cometer errores. Correct answer? B. Simplemente hablar, sin disculpas.
10 errors, 10 fixes. And Jake, who arrived in Madrid making all 10, is now making none of them. That's what this channel is about. Real Spanish. The Spanish that gets you a second date, a good coffee, a genuine conversation with someone on the street in Madrid. Drop a comment below. Which of these 10 errors surprised you the most? Which one have you already made? I promise you, every single person who has ever learned Spanish has made at least 5 of these. You're not alone. You're just getting better.
That's all for today. Great job today. Remember, learning a language is a journey. I'd love to know which of these words you found easiest or hardest, so write it in the comments below. I'm Spanish Whiteboard, and remember, if you can see it on the whiteboard, you can say it on the street.